Hello YouTube, this is the old Benoni Muhunna variation. The most common replies here, and this is the proper main line, this resultant position. And we'll be looking at this fray off of the main knot right here, bishop f4, and now rook e1, bishop d7, knight g4, knight c7, guarding up the e6 square, which is a hole in the position, and the most critical attack on the king here can be seen, and black has the luxury of playing b5 here, and you can see now that the king is attacked. We're the black side here. The king is attacked, and this attack is recommended by Stockfish. It's very violent, said to be equal, yet when you know it at the end, you'll see it's not. And now at move 17, bishop takes pawn or queen takes pawn can be played. Bishop takes pawn, then we take a move out and sop up some of the power here, and then sop up some more of the power here. Check, king f8, rook lift. What other attacking potential is there? None. And then exchange, sopping up more of the power, and trying to sop up the queen's power. Have the queen go back. Can check, or can go back on the g file. Go back on the g file, then this protects everything. Have the check here, and then bishop f6, and this tactic does not work. Queen takes because there's two pieces guarding everything, and we'll be up a piece. So the queen's not going to take, and say they check here, then we have a fate square, and queen g4, we have f7 square for the queen, and we're defending this, having these two minor pieces for a rook, which is an advantage. And also, let's see, rook here, then this attack is coming through. So what have we done incorrectly, you might ask? It's equal, we have a check. The better way is to block with the queen. So now you've seen why we block with the queen, and have the guts to penetrate. Then we can bring the knight back, and this is equal, yet we have more power on the board. So if we go back to 17, and instead of bishop takes, which is better, queen takes, then what we do is we take to sop up some more of the power, and then we play here to E8. Had they checked here, they have this. So we don't do that order, and that's why we first go to F8. Whoops. I don't know how that happened. I don't know if the video is the best quality, but it's worth it for the people who actually care. D6, bishop here, and then castle after D6. Here is the proper position. Bishop F4, Rook B8, preparing the break. A little bit more coordinating pressure on B2 with the bishop and the rook, a subtle pressure. Rook E1, bishop D7, knight here, and then knight comes back. And now we got the break. Always take with the knight first before the F pawn. And then we're going into this proper position, and here we check. Here, as we said, bishop takes is a little bit better. Queen takes, and we sop up some of the power. And now is the position where the computer changed. King F8, and then rook lift. And now is when we play this because they can't do the queen check and then bishop to G6, which is devilish. So if they trade, then we have more power on the board, more minor pieces. And if they go back, then we can defend in a certain way. Say they go here, then we go here, and we're defending. And we have moves like Queen F6 in the cards. Bishop takes B2 in the cards. E6 in the cards. And in the event that they're going back to G5, then in the cards for us, after Queen H7, it moves like F7, F6, which is Queen F6. Then I need to trade queens. Bishop F6 is in the cards. And bishop takes B2 is in the cards. So these are the main ideas behind this fray of the main knot, which starts after this proper position, which is reached. And here, D6 must be played before the castle. And then this is the proper position. And there's other moves here which will be shown in a later video.